Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So I've just got it back home, and I thought about doing this video on US oil. So we are going to be going through the analysis on US oil and what we expect going into next week, using of course our strategy, the Tricon strategy. The strategy so far has been good. I know many strategies, like a lot of them do not have 100% win rate. So far we've had that. I'm not saying that we shall have that forever, but at least it has proved to be good. So I'm going to analyze this US oil using that strategy, and then we shall see what we expect coming into next week. Guys who have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, and also do not forget to like the video if you learn something out of it. Subscribe to the channel and join my Telegram group, where I'm going to be teaching you how to analyze the market using my strategy for free. So join the Telegram group. You check the link in the description of this video. You can also check on my bio. There is that link there. Click on it and then to join our Telegram channel. So let's go straight to the analysis of the video. So this is US oil, and this is the 4-hour time frame. Remember, I told you whenever you go to an open chart, a clean chart, a new chart where you have not analyzed before, the first thing you want to do, you want to go to the highest time frame that you can afford. Why do you have to go to the highest time frame that you can afford? You want to look for possible structures on that time frame. You want to look for those structures on that time frame. So now I'll go to the weekly as my highest time frame, and I told you why I go to the weekly and not the monthly. The reason is very simple. It is because the month is in the middle. As long as the month is in the middle and we haven't reached the end or the beginning of the month, I don't need to check on the monthly time frame, because whatever happens in the middle is going to happen within one candle. So only I check on the monthly when the month has ended or when it is just beginning. Check the previous monthly candle and then I see how to trade it. So now when I come to the weekly on US oil, I want to look at the structures and see what is happening on US oil. So when I come to the weekly on US oil, what do I see? I see that market came here and made a double bottom and then immediately reversed. After reversing, it gave us a bullish engulfing candle. After reversing, this is a bullish engulfing candle. This candle here, this green candle here, engulfed 2 candles of previous price action and closed above them, meaning the buyers are so strong in this market or at this level. Now that is 1. 2, this bullish engulfing candle emanated from the previous support zone. So it is showing me that this support zone is strong. Then 3, we have retested the previous support. This is the previous support. It was broken. Now we have retested it with this bullish engulfing candle. If you don't see the support, you can always use the line chart. So this is support, broken, turns into resistance. So it's like a break and retest, and we might come back here again before we go up. But that is not what the market is telling us for now. So we have 2 narratives. We have a bullish engulfing candle that tells us the buyers are so strong and we might blow up and come up to here. Then we have another scenario of break and retest. Break and retest simply means we shall retest and come back down here. So what are we going to consider? Of course, we shall look now at the trend of the market on the weekly. The trend of the market on the weekly is a downtrend. Price has been making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, equal low. Now, whenever you see price making lower lows, lower highs, and then it makes an equal low, it fails to break the previous low, just know that that trend is in trouble and we might be seeing a reversal on our hands. So the trend was in downtrend. However, we see equal lows being created and price giving us a bullish engulfing candle, showing us that the buyers are so strong. However, since we are retesting on this level, we can expect a little pullback. Even when we are going to buy, you can expect a little pullback before we can blow up, or we can just reach here and then start coming down. So the weekly is giving us two narratives, buy and sell. However, the sales are stronger because we are retesting the previous support as resistance. Okay, so now after building that narrative on the weekly, you will drop down to the lower time frame, that is now the daily. And remember, I told you this is where top-down analysis comes in handy. Top-down analysis, so you move from the highest time frame to the lowest time frame. Also, I have a book about that. If you'd want a book about my strategy, you can request for it and you'll have it. So now on the daily, what do we see? On daily, we see that price broke out of this previous supports. This is support, 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 support. Price came, broke out of the support, retested on the support, and then dropped here. So the daily already retested and dropped. Now the weekly has just retested. We don't know whether it's going to drop or not. Now when we come to the daily, there is a supply zone here. This is a rally, a base, a drop, break of structure here, good supply zone up here. Now price has come to this supply zone, which is also acting as support. I want you guys to hear me very carefully. This is a former support zone that was broken and used as resistance. So price has moved and come back to this previous support zone, and at that support zone we have a demand zone. So this one is resistance because price is now hitting it from the downside, but before it was support. So we have something like this. This is support, 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 then broken, turns into resistance. We retest on it and then drop. So now price is coming back here to retest here. It has retested and it is looking down. So what do you expect? The daily, the weekly gave me two scenarios. However, the daily has given me something that I'm feeding on right now, and something I think it is so significant. This is the previous support. It was broken. If price breaks the previous support, that means it is likely going to continue in the downtrend. Why? Because think about it. Price has been in this area for how long? For 50 days. 50 days, that is 1 month and around how many weeks? And around 1 week. So a full month price was above here. So finally price breaks below. After full month price manages to break below. Then also it comes back to retest and indeed confirm that it cannot go beyond this level. It has confirmed that the break to the downside is very strong. Then after, look at the candles that dropped. We had one which was an engulfing candle with a wick for rejection, and then two candles, and we are almost down here. Yes, we retraced a little bit, but I want you to look at the bullish candles and the bearish candles. The bullish candles were very small, indecision candles, bearish candles were big. Small bullish candle, big bearish candle. So we reached here. It gave us two indecision candles to show us that we're likely to go to the upside. Price retraced up to here. Now, we have a jump here that shows that the buying momentum is high. However, I want you to understand one thing. This retracement might have been just to facilitate this pullback. We retest into the supply zone and then come back here. I expect US oil to drop here. However, if it breaks and closes above here, then we shall be buying up to here. But I strongly believe US oil is dropping up to here because of my analysis. Now, what is happening is we broke, retested, and left a supply zone here. We dropped down. So we have come in the supply zone, and look at the way we respected the supply zone. Price did not even go above here. Respected this supply zone very well. And last week I was analyzing this pair, and I told you price had respected this zone very well. By the time I think it was a green candle. By that time it was around here, and I told you as long as we respect this zone and close below, chances of coming down are going to be high. Now price has come to this supply zone, respected it, and gave us an indecision candle with a wick to the upside. This is an indecision candle with a long wick to the upside. What does that tell you? It tells you that we might be ready to start dropping. Remember, this is a daily candle. A daily candle. To move a daily candle to an indecision level, that means there is a lot of price action that was taking place. However, the sellers won this battle because the buyers moved price up to here. Then the sellers came in and pushed this and closed as a pin bar or a bearish hammer. Are we together? Now, that is happening at a place of support and resistance. This is support that turned into resistance. So it is happening at a place of resistance and also happening at a place of supply. This is a supply zone. So there is a resistance, there is a supply zone. What would you tell me that I would be looking for buys in this market? Can this market buy? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. In Forex, anything is possible. This market can buy and continue to the upside. However, according to the analysis, the chances of this market buying are very low. We are looking it to drop it. We are looking at it to drop it down here, not to buy it. I hope we are together up to that. So I'm expecting this market to fall. However, how do I now know that the market is ready to fall? Do I just enter here? No. Normally, if we were at this zone, I would enter on this indecision candle. But since this bullish momentum was high, there is no way to enter with this indecision candle. However, it is the first confirmation, and I told you, whenever you get an indecision candle at a place of support or resistance on a daily, weekly, or monthly time frame, that is 70% chances that the trend is in trouble. We might be turning around. So now that I've seen this indecision candle with a huge rejection to the upside, chances of this US oil going down are very high. So how am I going to take advantage of this? How am I going to enter this trade? Very good. So I'm going to drop down to further time frame to see more structures. You see, with the daily and the weekly, you don't have a lot of structures. The candles are big and they are 1 or 2, 3. But if you come to the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 3 hour, that is now when you're going to see a lot of structures that are going to give you what to do. So now when I come to the 4 hour, I still have the supply zone very clear and clean and fresh. On the 4 hour, very clean and fresh. So price reacted in it and respected it. You see these rejections here? Price respected the zone, very clean and fresh. Now I want you to observe what is happening here. Look at the candles when I have reached this area. Look at the candles that led the way up to this area. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big, well stable candles up to this level here. However, the moment we reach this level, look at the candle we started printing. Small candle, indecision candle, small candle with a rejection, long rejection, small candle with a long rejection, another small candle with a long rejection. Do you see that? This one simply shows you the buyers have weakened at this level and the sellers are coming in to push price down. Sellers are coming in to push price down. Whenever the buyers have been buying up, first of all, we had sellers here. They sold up to here. The buyers came in, pushed price up, the sellers pushed price back. The buyers pushed price up to this level here, but the sellers came in and pushed price back. The buyers came in again, pushed price up to this level, but they didn't even reach the previous high here. They pushed it up this level. Still the sellers came in and pushed the price up to here. Now what happened there? Immediately the sellers came in and gave us one big candle. This is an engulfing candle, 4 hour engulfing candle. 1, 2, 3. It engulfed 3 previous candles. One candle engulfed 3 previous candles. Bearish candle. This further confirms that there is a lot of selling pressure around this area, and I want you to see excuse me, I want you to see the pattern. Okay, I want you to see this pattern here where you see one indecision candle, two indecision candle, three indecision candle going up, and then a bearish engulfing candle. You look at this pattern very well. Now let's go back to the daily. I want to show you something. You saw that pattern very well. Look at what is happening here. One indecision candle, two indecision candle, three indecision candle, and then one bearish engulfing candle. This was the daily. Three bullish candles, three bullish indecision candles going up, then one bearish engulfing candle engulfing the previous 2.5, the previous 3 those indecision candles. Excuse me, guys. This one here after on this same level. Now if you go to the 4-hour, it is the same thing that is happening here. 1, 2, 3 indecision candles going up on this same level, and then one bearish engulfing candle. What does that show you? It simply shows you that we have a lot of sellers at around this zone. How will I be interested to enter this market? Simple, clear to the point. I want this market, if it is to continue selling, it is going to break this previous low cleanly and then close around here. After it has closed around here, on the retracement, whichever supply zone, we have a supply zone here, whichever supply zone that will be available is the one we shall use to sell. However, if it does not give us a supply zone here, we shall keep on following price as it drops until when we shall get a supply zone and sell, enter our sales. And when we are selling, where are we going? We are coming here. So how many pips do we have in the middle there? So we have around 500 pips from here up to here. So you don't have to worry about not getting entries sooner. Even if you get entries at around this area, you'll bag 100 pips or 150 pips to the downside here. So for now, what do? We wait for price action to show us our its cards. And you can see this was a high, a higher low, almost an equal high, and then price has leveled here. So the 2-hour or 1 hour, I'd like to see if it can come make another high and then make a lower low. That would be the perfect scenario. That would be the perfect scenario. Let me see the 1 hour. 1 hour, it is still the same, but I don't like the 1 hour, so I use 2 hour or 4 hour. So it has to break here cleanly and close below, or maybe come and retest this demand zone here. Then any supply zone that will be available that has broken this previous low is the one that I will use to sell to the downside. If I don't get it, I'll keep on following price action until when I get a clean supply zone that I can use to sell up to here. I hope we are together, guys. That is how simple, clean and straightforward my strategy is. And if it doesn't break down here, let's say we go to the daily, but it is unlikely, though it can happen because this is Forex. So let's say we go to the daily and price does not respect this zone. The next candle that opens on Monday blows in 2 and then closes above. Then we shall look for a retest, and then we start buying up to around this level. Same thing, around the same number of pips, 500 pips up to upside here. So it is on the price action to do whatever it wants. What we are doing is that we are waiting patiently for price to show us its ways, where it wants to go, and we shall follow it. So I think that is all, guys. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this video. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. Also, don't forget to like the video if you have learned something out of it. Then the other thing is that the lessons are going to start soon. I think on 1st November, that is 5 days from now. Subscribe and then join my Telegram group. The link is in my bio on the YouTube, or you can check out the description. I'm going to attach that link there. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and join my Telegram group. I'm going to be teaching you how to analyze the market the way I do, for free, guys, for free, just to appreciate you for reaching me to 1,000 subscribers. I'm really thankful, and I just want to say that I'm looking forward to those classes to come into play. So subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to like the video. Bye.